Hi guys, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, I'm sitting outside on my backyard and it's middle of October in Canada and I'm wearing a t-shirt and it's so warm and it's like a summer day, but the leaves are changing. It's so beautiful. I had to come sit out here. Usually I record my podcast in the basement in my office, but today I just thought I have to come sit out here. It's so beautiful. I have my coffee and I want to share with you a little kind of problem, not a problem, but like a little something that I figured out that I know for sure one of you will face or is facing that you will benefit from. So I want to share with you how I dealt with it so that you have that option. Okay, so it was a couple weeks ago and I talked to my coach and I talked to her about my sons doing homework on their laptops. So I have two big boys, grade 4 and 6, and it's the first year that they're both doing homework on their laptops at home. And it's been September, October, so I found myself feeling out of control. Not out of control, but feeling like I have no control over what they're doing. And I didn't know what they were doing on their laptops. So in the evening when we come home, I usually cook dinner and they are in the living room with me at the counter doing homework. And so what I found was going on for me is that I kept checking up on them a lot. I was like, what are you doing? What's your homework? Show me your homework. Are you doing your homework? What are you doing now? What are you doing now? What are you doing now? Right? Because I was worried if they're goofing around, right? Just like not doing homework, but just playing around. I want to refocus them. I want to know and I want them to do homework, right? So but I couldn't figure out my mind around it. I just kept doing the same thing over and over again every night. Time would come and I would feel a little bit panicky. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Oh my gosh, what are they doing? And I have to make dinner. And even though they were in the same room with me, and even if I couldn't see their laptop, but even if I would come around and see what they're doing, that it's so funny because I didn't even know if they were doing homework because their homework now looks so fun that sometimes it doesn't even look like homework. Like math is games, Spanish is games. When they're doing research for presentations or papers, it still looks like they're doing research on Google. And so I still don't know, right? So I felt completely not prepared and I don't have a plan. I felt out of control. I just was like, oh my gosh, this is new for me and I don't know what to do. So if you are feeling like this is the episode for you. And it's probably not the episode for you if your kids have been doing this for a while, right? But I want you to listen to this example and substitute anything else in your life that you're thinking of. I don't know what to do. Anything. And then you can listen and then apply it to your own life and see how that helps. Okay. So when I got coached on this, I came and I said, I don't want to feel like this. I want to feel like I know what I'm doing. I want to be certain exactly what to do. And I want to feel in control. Right. And I already kind of had that figured out before I came to my coach. And so she helped me actually see that, in fact, I actually do know what they're doing on their laptop. Because when I came to her, I said, I don't know what they're doing. Panic. And she helped me see. She says, you actually do know what they're doing. Tell me what they're doing. And I laughed and I said, you're right. They're doing either one of the two things. They're either doing their homework or they're goofing around. Right? They're just playing around, doing whatever on their laptop. And so as soon as I said that, as soon as I realized that, in fact, I know exactly what they're doing at all times. And that's why I'm in the same room with them. And so then once I realized that I know this, then all of a sudden I knew what I need to do. Okay? all of a sudden my thoughts changed from I don't know what to do for me to I know exactly what to do. In fact, that's why I check on them, right? And I was already doing that kind of, except I was doing it feeling really out of control. So if they're doing homework and I check on them, awesome, right? If they're goofing around, then that's my job, right? Then I know if I'm coming with a mindset, I know what to do if they're goofing around. Then I feel calm, I feel focused, and I feel certain, and I just execute my job, which is, redirect them, ask them to get back to homework, explain why, blah, 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 right? All the parenting stuff. But I can do it from such a calm space, right, that now I have, because my thoughts are clear. I know exactly what to do in this situation, right? And if you're listening to this and you're applying it to something else, I want you to notice that when you think, I don't know, you are blocked from all the options that are in front of you. You're not even seeing them. You're simply frozen and you're not doing anything. Your mind is not even looking for options, right? But as soon as you think, oh, okay, what if I did know, right? What if I did know what to do, then what would that be? Then you can brainstorm, or your mind just comes up with solutions, and they might not be perfect solutions, but they are still some options and solutions that will make you feel a lot better in the situation, right? Because you will feel in control. You will feel kind of focused and certain about your what to do. So, and the other thing that I also brought up in the same session, I said, you know what? I don't want to be checking on them. No, that's not what I said. I said I don't want to be supervising them constantly on their laptops. But as a mom, of course, I feel like I should be supervising them constantly. And what if they're goofing around? And I just feel like someone needs to be looking over their shoulder the whole time, right? And so there came the distrust. Like, I don't trust them to do what they're supposed to do. Therefore, I'm going to supervise them or try to supervise them as much as I can, which does not feel good, right? Not trusting your son feels terrible, because then you want to control him all the time. And for me, that's not possible, because I have 2 other kids, little kids that I have to take care of so often that when I'm putting little guys to bed, the other 2 are doing homework on their laptop, and no one's supervising them. Like, my husband will check on them and I will check on them. And so I brought that up to my coach, and what came out of the coaching session is that I actually do want to practice trusting them. I want to practice trusting them because it doesn't feel safe for me, right? Because of course they will make mistakes. Of course they will goof around. Of course they will get distracted, like all those things. So it's really uncomfortable to trust them, right? So it doesn't come naturally to me. So I decided I will practice trusting them, because I believe that is for the best for myself and for them, because they won't learn to manage themselves with technology if I keep supervising them, right, 24/7. And so, and it's good for me because I don't want that job. I don't want to be in charge of another person, supervising another person, right, to that degree. I want to teach them to manage themselves. And so I think it was right the next day, the next evening, I was putting little guys to bed, and I stepped out to check on my oldest, and he was downstairs on his laptop, and I kind of took a peek, and I saw that he was on his laptop, but he was supposed to be doing homework on his worksheet on paper. And so I came over to him, and because I've gotten coached, my mind was so clear about what my job is and what I need to do. I was so happy because the way I talked to him was so much better than before I have, right? So I came down, I said, what are you doing? I said, remember, the deal is like you can turn on music and do homework with music, but as long as you're not staring at the screen, right? Because obviously that's distracting. And he said, oh, no, I'm just listening to music. I said, I saw what you were doing. You were not just listening. You were like on the laptop looking at videos. And he goes, oh, okay. He's like, okay, do you want to take my laptop? He's like, here, take it. And this is the moment where I'm so proud of myself. I was all so grown up. I said, no. I said, I want you to learn to manage yourself with this, right? Because you'll have to do this all your life. You'll have to do work and go to school and do all your stuff while having a laptop. So I want you to learn the skill, right? And I said, I want to trust you. Do you want, can you do this? He said, yeah, okay. So that was pure result of me talking to my coach and talking through all the feelings and the thoughts that I had, so that, because before what would have happened is that I would have been spinning out. I would have come over and maybe attack him like, see, or instead of said, put it away. If you can't do this, then I'm going to take it away. Or just would have been a lot more emotional and impulsive and not in control. And I would not have been able to teach him or support him in what he needs to learn, right? And so then I would have said probably to my husband, oh, both of us, like one of us needs to be here and see what he's doing or blah, blah. Like just would have been a lot less helpful for either of us, right? So I'm so happy. That's why I wanted to record this, so you can also benefit from it if you're struggling with something like that. And again, if this is specific to you, I'm so happy that you found this because I hope it helps. And if you can apply it to another example where you're thinking, I don't know, then I want you to imagine that what if you did know? Right? What would it look like if you did know what to do? And I want you to brainstorm all the different options of solutions that you can come up for this specific whatever problem, right? Once you do that, like what are the options, right? What if you had to decide right now and you come up with a strategic plan, right? And then you will unblock yourself and will be able to see all the solutions. Because when I talk to my coach, nothing has changed outside of like the laptop, the homework didn't change, my son didn't change. Nothing changed except for my thinking. My thinking went from I don't know what to do to, oh, I know exactly what to do, right? Or it could be some version of, oh, I could try this, right? If you're not sure if it's the right solution, do a pilot. Means try something. I'm going to try this for a month. I'm going to try it for a week. I'm going to try this one time, right? That will feel so much better, right? Because you're moving forward and you're going to find out whether it's the right solution or not, right? So because my thinking changed, I all of a sudden saw all the options. And in fact, for me, it was clear. I was already kind of doing all the things. I had them in the same room as me. I was checking on them. So I was doing the things. The only thing I wasn't doing was teaching him to manage himself around the laptop and practicing trusting. So I wasn't trusting him fully yet. So those are the two things that were missing, but like the checking and the kind of him being in the same room were there. So, okay. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. If you have any questions and if you want me to coach you on this is my jam. This is what I can help you with. And again, see, this is an example of being in a good relationship with your son and with yourself. Because when these things come up in life, I don't have the lens of, oh, I'm such a bad mom, and now here's another example of how I cannot do a good job with him. Or, oh my gosh, he's stressing me out and he's goofing around on the laptop, and that must mean I did a bad job, or he's not a good boy, or he never listens, right? When we are struggling, in our relationship with our son, it is so easy for us to take things that happen and make them mean that we have a bad relationship or that he's not listening. So make it mean something not useful about us, right? But when you have a good, solid trust with yourself, you know you're a good mom, you know he's a good boy, and you know that you guys are good, the two of you, then anything that comes up simply becomes a little problem, math problem to solve, right? And then you don't get stuck on what it means. You just move on, you solve it, and you move forward to feel good about this little problem so that you can always feel good with your son, right? And that's what I want for you. Okay, guys, so if you want any help, if you want to have that good relationship with your son today, don't wait. You can get this today and enjoy it for the rest of your life. I don't want you to wait any longer, because why? He's going to grow up, or you just don't want to waste any time with him, right? So go to my website. It's www.coachingnatalia.com. Go to sign up for a free mini session. And if you don't see the time that works for you, you can always email me at natalia@coachingnatalia.com, and we can find a time that works for both of us. Otherwise, have a wonderful weekend, and I hope it's warm where you are. Oh my gosh, this has been the warmest October ever in Canada. It's so amazing. Sometimes it has already snowed here a couple of weeks ago. So all of the Calgarians here are kind of holding our breath and checking the forecast and talking about the weather all the time because it's just so beautiful and so warm. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. I love you. Bye.